This is the Connor High School chapter for FEA here in Hemet, Kentucky. I'm Sydney.
I'm Clara. First, we're going to discuss whether taking prescription medication like Adderall, which is supposed to enhance your cognitive performance, your ability to perform on tests and in school, and whether or not this is ethical. In our chapter, we discussed that if it's doctor approved, anyone should be able to take their medication. So if you've got that prescription for Adderall, you should go ahead and take it. It's what you should do. But if you do not have the prescription, you're having an unfair advantage, an unfair edge on other students. So it's not ethical for you to take that medication.
And we talked about if the reason it was cheating on a test if you took it or if it wasn't. We said yes, it would be cheating because it would give you an unfair advantage to someone who had the same level of
Cognitive ability.
If, like, say someone was as equally smart as the one next, and the one person would take Adderall, it would be an unfair advantage. And then we say it would not be cheating because some of them have, they need that ability to focus because they know the information, and it's just giving them that little bit of edge to remember it.
Some members of our chapter thought that it was not necessarily unfair because if you know the information on the test, you're just using it as a cognitive enhancer. But we decided that since it's illegal, we would stick with our original supposition that, yes, it is cheating, yes. Because it's a controlled substance, and to take it is abuse without a prescription. Next, our chapter compared educational uses of medication like Adderall to sports uses of steroids.
So both are illegal without a prescription. So if you were, like, say in the NFL or the NBA and you took steroids without a prescription from a doctor, you would obviously get kicked out and you wouldn't be able to probably play again.
ADHD drugs like Adderall are classified on the same level as heroin. So if you're taking your medication without a prescription, you could be penalized at school or anywhere you would get caught.
So next, our chapter talked about the reasons that people are compelled to be taking Adderall. We said that it would be pressure for college and, like, raise up a GPA score to see, like, if you can, like, enhance, your memory into knowing everything.
Also, we thought that some teens might face pressure from their parents. Their parents might go to doctors and request an ADHD prescription that might not be needed, or their parents might require them to take medication so that they get into a good school, or they have all the opportunities that could possibly be available to them. We also thought that peer pressure might be an important aspect in students taking ADHD medication. If your friend does it, you're more apt to do it. Why might people sell or give away their ADHD medication?
Sometimes they may do it just because, they need money and that's the only thing that they really can rely on because maybe they can't get a job or anything. They also would want to be liked by other people because they see, like, oh, hey, if they do that and I do that, they might as well just like me.
I even feel sorry for people because everyone else is in the same boat, trying to raise their GPA, trying to get into a good school. Also, we talked about the teacher responsibilities. If a teacher suspects a student to have medication on them without a prescription. We decided that while in some cases it might be okay for a teacher to pull a student aside, a teacher probably shouldn't do that in all situations, especially if the teacher does not have proof or if the parents or the student might become offended. It just wouldn't be a good idea. We decided that a teacher could talk to all of the students collectively about the dangers of drug abuse, and that a teacher ought to report any suspicion to a higher authority. We also decided that teachers could make parents more aware by sending out email educating parents about drug abuse. Ultimately, we decided that prescription drugs ought to be used only with a prescription.
Yes. And that is the ethical version. And then the unethical version would be if you're using it for enhancement on a standardized test.
It's not cool to just enhance yourself unfairly.